ice cold, and he knows the time, he knows the tempo.
Oh भाई shot लग रहा हूँ
वाह
Doing the unimaginable.
चल रहा है भाई,
मेरा
दवाई का
फोन
चल रहा है,
क्यों?
चल रहा
Clutch
है,
here
है,
for
है।
Divine, continuing to deliver here today in this series.
इस मत बोल पलिए, चुप हो जा आज।
Sheriff.
आज तो मैं भी शांत बैठा हूँ।
Another three-piece for him to add to the list. It's rough as well, the reset again. Default plant spot safe initially, but position from CFAT BB, it's a gamble. Get a cheeky half defuse in, or you can go ahead and stick it. It forces the hand, especially with the recon bolt being used so early on.
Now they start pressuring the point. Look at that deep line already adopted by something in that operator. Sit towards that. Prowler going to be clearing. No one nearby now. And the ult gathered too. So a nice early step, but a fast mid take coming out.
Hello.
Wolves.
Potential to backstab this. I think they're reading
Hello.
into maybe some deep presses. Yeah, we'll catch.
कौन आया बे? Hello.
Oh, that's two.
And the second
मैं
play.
आ गया हूँ घर।
अरे वो something कैसे मर गया
Why are you swinging that Forsaken doubling down?
भाई ये बटले के आते
ये
हैं
क्या
ना
है?
As
चला
well
जा
as
रहे
you
तू
lap that
तू
up.
जा, तू जा रे,
Now
तू
that
जा।
B-side looks so vulnerable.
किसी ने नहीं बुलाया।
अरे रुको मैं लैपटॉप से आता हूँ, ठीक
Guaranteed
है?
across juicy
मता
and
मता
wide
जरूरत नहीं,
divide as
मता।
well. And actually, yeah, that
अबे
might just
बनिए तेरी माँ को थोड़ी कह रहा हूँ क्या?
white
मैं का सच
flag
मत कहियो।
put up for prxwol here to hold on to
इसी
the
अकाउंट से आएगा ये, एक बार कर
no
ली
point
थी।
feeding into this potentially with Juicy. Close to that ultimate spring
कर
that's
जब
already
है।
on the hunt. He wants to prevent any semblance of safety here.
वैलो कितने बजे? ये तो मेरे को लग रहा है लंबा
Paper X
चलेगा।
players. Gonna pick up a deep position in spawn though. It's still maybe a question mark if they're in towards market or in towards spawn. Well, they will progress any further, but yeah, I usually talk about discipline and that was a lack of respect.
क्या कर रहा है ये?
क्या कर रहा है?
It didn't even get a shot
अच्छा
off.
ये हो रहा
Why
है।
he was just
अच्छा
so
प्लांट हो
quick for
चुका
that.
है।
Yeah, they seem really aware. Again, this kind of
अंडे
it's
क्या
not
देख
सोना नहीं है?
necessarily that regional matchup at all,
कमरे में?
but you know, scrim partners and the information on this
11 बजे
of
तक
that
ना।
swing, it was
अरे
really
वैलो
well
क्या सीन है?
dismantled.
वैलो खेलना है इसके बाद?
It's Forsaken's fault as well, just
Uh-huh.
goes too late. If you go into that, there's no trade to be there.
I think,
Desperation.
yeah, again, once you notice the drone that's come forward, it's you're not just swinging onto YU there. Again, it's almost an expected
Yep.
response here from Paper X. They deal with the trip, they want to post something on a much deeper sight line. Again, the Prowler's sent through as well, so it's actually Wolves that have the upper hand in terms of the information game. It's a question mark for Paper X, actually, who's behind that. And the punish, unfortunately, there for them. Will leave them with a 4-1 deficit now. Timeout called. There's a purchase. Considering the rifles behind this, maybe want to make a play for it, albeit there's something to offset that slightly. Leave them with a 4-1 deficit now. It's Forsaken going to be riding the stinger coming into this, but already a fantastic start for Wolves. Looking composed.
Yep.
As well, just hearing from Faye talking about how much actually those days off have paid off, because they've had, like we said, with the comeback in Gen G, the resilience shown, that takes a lot from a team, even if they're all smiles and on their feet on the stage and stuff. Behind closed doors, no doubt, yeah, no doubt that reset absolutely necessary to continue here in Toronto.
Yeah, spot on. So for them, it is now just how long can you keep this up? How clean can you keep this game? They broke so far with that one round, but of course did have that timeout. You can hear the ults coming through as well for something. YU's kind of had their number on this B side, but it feels like they're getting the right read here. But you're going to go through the pit on this? Oh, brave enough to go for the ult wall, but that's about all she wrote. But that mid cross is dangerous now.
I think I did just hear something. Popping knives. Not necessarily looking like as bad a situation here for Paper X.
I must wait a
They
moment.
try and navigate their way round the pit.
Looks like it, right?
TP back here from Juicy to potentially collapse on B side very quickly with YU Spring.
Wow.
To do that to something! Can we just like highlight the fact you're doing that to something twice now? He's been outswung.
Need फेंक
If you
दे.
don't think these wolves are gunners, you are absolutely wrong. But now they've manipulated the map well. Now they want to maybe hit that cross back in again, and this is where those stingers are going to start suffering. You're not in the right place, but Jinx still going to hold his ground. Paranoia Blindon sets down through, tries to escape, and he gets out at least for now. Patman's found Mike, Story's got support. Spring, oh, super!
क्या
It's Roger Patman!
Oh.
बैठा
जीत
दिया
गए जीत गए ऑल गुड जीत गए ऑल
See
गुड ऑल
yourself
गुड
in a deadly position.
क्या कर रहा है ऐसे लेके?
क्या कर रहा है भाई?
I need to watch that one back.
बनी तेरी स्क्रीन पे ये म्यूट क्यों आ रहा है भाई? हटाना है ये ऐप वाला।
Jumps down.
OCD
क्या हटाऊं?
Behind this so quickly.
मेरा OCD हिट हो रहा है वो बहुत है।
अब कर्सर हटा, गायब
Beautiful
कर
stuff from
कर्सर।
him.
हाँ।
हो जाएगा 1 सेकंड में हो जाएगा।
No semblance of comfort back in the coach booth whatsoever.
देखना कोई मोबाइल में
Operator
स्ट्रीम
back in
देखना
hand
आ
now for something. All stacked up in mid now. The smoke will obscure
देख।
for the time being.
ना आ रही
He's
है।
going to try and pave the way.
बढ़िया।
Actually, right around the corner there.
And something seems unafraid at all, and he gets out of danger. Trying to combine it with
I'll
another
salute
Fury,
you,
but it
guys.
finds no value really. And now
Shot.
Forsaken just stands his ground. This feels like it's fallen flat here for Wolves. Paper X getting a good read and a good idea. It's going to need a hero to stand
Arey bhai.
tall. Spring's done well towards Batman. Doesn't expect Divide, so close. Great trade for Divide there. And now just 2 remaining. Juicy and Sufat Baby in the 2v4, Mike.
टाइम आउट क्यों नहीं ले रहे? मेरे को सूसू आया है।
I mean, they should find a straight 2v2 on either side here, but issue being something is
वाओ।
posted up.
वाह वाह वाह।
Again, not many tools.
अरे
क्या
हैक
क्या
इसको
करी?
एक्सेप्ट क्यों किया तूने
गरीब आ गया।
Recon and Juicy with a
इसको
full belt
एक्सेप्ट क्यों
almost.
किया तूने
Trying to send it for the fake, I guess.
किक कर रहे इसे
भाई वो रिकॉन सीखना है इतना तगड़ा रिकॉन है मैं।
But it's not going to dissuade these players. They don't need to move.
Paper X
Save
going to sit in
कर
this
रहे तो
formation now, and I think
तीन
actually
चार।
Wolves. So they don't get a bite.
That looks like a
अबे यार आवाज कम क्यों आ
I mean,
रही है?
YU 450, Spring 1350, and
10
Lysol
seconds left.
struggling to scrape together any funds here. Paper X will find a third. Keep things honest.
मैं आऊंगा भाई।
Percent.
मैं बाहर जाऊंगा।
यही मेरे को आना है भाई।
Play here. It's only a TP for Spring, and as you can see on Paper X now, absolutely nothing and a million miles away from anything, to be honest with you.
क्या मेरी लैग हुई या फिर किसी का लैग
For
है?
the Wolves.
We've got to say as well.
नहीं, इसी का लग है,
start
इसी का
seeing
लग है।
Patman find a bit of impact too. He's been a really good
अभी
player.
भी हो रहा है क्या?
Quiet map on as
नहीं,
well,
नहीं,
so
अब ठीक है।
seeing him come online, certainly a positive.
Oh, for
Oh,
ये
oh,
क्या दिख रहा था?
So
अच्छा
a good
प्लान।
bit of spacing.
Flash
in
था,
there.
यार ये
flash
निकल
था।
गया। अच्छा वो
चलो
flash था।
समथिंग अब मेरी तरह खेलेगा।
फ्लैश था
Middle,
फ्लैश
but he's
था
very paranoid
अरे
about it.
तुझे हरे
They want in on this. Still not noting him.
ओ मारा मारा
देख
वाह,
रहा
एक
वो
HP।
देख वो देख
बोलना।
वो देख एक एचपी दूर
भाई
निकल
उसने
गया। वाह, वाह।
कहाँ से शॉट मारी है उसने भाई
अबे तो एक एचपी था।
वही
क्या?
रोड क्यों?
गेम रुक गया।
बनी है
क्या?
बनी
ये-
है।
बनी है।
क्या
क्या
है?
है?
ये क्या है?
बन गई।
बहुत वाले वोडाफोन
That's
मदरचोद।
willing to deny that.
लाइव पे था, लाइव पे
It was
यार।
their
आ
right
गया, आ गया।
idea.
They're wrapping the spike as well.
ये साले वोडाफोन वाले मदरचोद।
राउंड खत्म होने के बाद लाइव पर।
He's got a bit of kit here to play with though, Mike.
He's left guessing.
कोई एक दूसरे को क्यों देख रहा है?
Potentially, yeah, going to get himself
क्यों
a
उसे बैक देखना कहते हैं
हमारे-
अपने?
आवाज आ गई अब तो पूछने की तो आ गई।
with the smoke towards CT. Kind of implies he's not expecting
गन
this
उठा ले
round.
समथिंग मतलब चोरी कर
Does.
गन उठा ले।
TP should be
Okay.
nosing too, that paranoia. What do
Oh,
you
now
do
he's
with
going
it?
to know.
Yeah, a little.
आ रहा है सही लगा के बैठा तो आ रहा है।
बेटे अनुभव
That first
नथिंग
kill-
गेम प्ले।
second is caught.
बेटे अनुभव क्या होते हैं? बोल रहे हैं टाटा बने हैं।
Look at the minimap of that
Flash
one.
था।
There is a huge
भाई वो शॉर्टी वाला किल देखना है मेरे को
ये क्या है? तो
so happens. I mean,
उसने शॉर्टी कहाँ से मारी है वो ये देख कहाँ से शॉर्टी मारी है उसने
there, he was down
एक
उसकी
एचपी
शॉर्टी
बना
लग
है
गई
सारा।
भाई
and the
एक
short
ऐसी
अरे बट स्टिल हमारी तो तब भी ना लगती.
just as the door is
मेरी तो
about
लग
देखो
जाती
देखो
है.
दे समथिंग को देखो कि मैं
Something
खड़ा
with the carrot,
खड़ा मैं
carrot.
वो खड़ा
potentially stealing that post plant for
मैक
for
ये
Wolves, to be
स्ट्रीम पे
honest
ना
with you.
जरा ये चेंज करियो.
Felt like
क्या
it.
चेंज करना है?
And
ये
now we're
बटले की
starting to
शक्ल
run
दिखा दो
high,
थोड़ी
looks
देर के
like.
लिए.
Again, when we're talking about these sort of big stage games, it is that level of
बंद कर दिया कैमरा
comfort
बंद
on
कर
here
दिया
when you're under
मादरचोद
the
ने.
gun.
यार
Yes,
नुबी ये सब बातें व्हाट्सएप
they
करके
knew
लिखनी
exactly
होती
what
हैं
was sent early on,
लिख
but
लेना.
beyond that, they've really dropped the map for Wolves. They've been on that kind of momentum run.
स्टार्टिंग में
So
दिख
now
रही
it's
थी
starting
जब
to hit that
ज्वाइन
brick
करा था
wall,
इसने.
right? You kind of expect it in towards these sort of games. The
तुम
calendar
मेरी
keeps
शक्ल
progressing.
देखो, मैं
I
तुम्हारा
want to see how well they
लैंड
do in
नहीं.
this. Obviously, they did
हाँ,
it
हाँ.
against strategy. That to me was taking the box of authenticity.
Yeah, almost got an early tap.
Yeah, like everything else,
Okay,
I feel like,
check
okay,
out.
maybe people underestimated them. Maybe they,
Yeah, because you have that step up again for playoffs.
अरे
It's
वो
like
है ना वो
stakes get
डैंक
raised.
ऋषु का
We're not
जिस
talking about
कुएं से
elimination
तूतर
for
पोसता है ना
Wolves,
तो उस कुएं से
but certainly the caliber increases, the pressure will
बार
definitely
बार गलत बोलता
correlates
जाता है
with
वो.
हाँ
that.
जिस अरे अरे सॉरी जिस तूतर से अरे
And
सॉरी.
then you step into a series versus Paper X.
जिस कुएं से
Well,
कुछ
Gen G
होता है
being an
उस कुएं का
international
पानी
titan,
पीता
but
हूँ.
Paper X, I mean, God, that's it.
need no introduction when it comes to the international stage.
Truly not, and again, I think that because of their lack of,
मैंने वो वाली
you know,
stream
let's say
देखी थी.
international trophy,
तो voice
there
changer
has
लगा
been
के बोल
that
रहा था.
worry about them, how well
मेरे
they do
पापा
their
ने
अरे
रोबोट
हाँ,
बनाया है.
but they are still a grand
Yeah.
finalist team. That's just something that doesn't even need to be said
बहुत
half
सी
the time. But
ये
at
वाली
this point,
भाषा बोलना बंद कर.
they've
इस
course
लिपि में
corrected
सब.
well. They've everything back to where
लेफ्ट
they
कौन
like
दिख रहा है
it.
इसका?
अबे वो डरता
And
नहीं है.
something, he's going
He's
hunting.
like me.
He knows where the man is.
Yeah, Cam dealt with quickly.
इनसे तेरी
See
गांड
on
में भी
as
दम
well.
नहीं हो बेटा लेके यहाँ तक
Situation
आना
developing
और उसके बाद
outside
बंदा
side.
मार भी देना.
फनी है मैं तो बस एक
Giving that
टाइट
far
एंगल
across.
पीक लेके
हाँ
बैठा हूँ.
एक्चुअली ए
उसमें भी
मेन
पीछे चला जाऊंगा
दो
भाई.
एंगल
The
फिक्स है.
rifle
ए
here.
मेन ए शॉट बस.
Thought of that if you may.
इसके अलावा कोई लेना ही नहीं थी.
This feels very classically Paper X as well, but a dangerous position for Forsaken. He could get outswung here.
ये
And he's
save
got his
round में
own.
ability
He's got
कौन
a
करता है?
rotation
Noob है
route
क्या?
coming out from something, so times it well to back away, and that C is obviously given it a couple of seconds and actually plays back in something. You don't
आएगा
often
आएगा
see
एक
fights
तो
this
आएगा चलो
deep
होगी किसी
on the map, but welcome to Paper X.
नहीं,
I guess.
Yeah,
Paper
सारे
X has
main
done
भाग
want
गए.
Wolves to sit
तीन
back
है ये पे.
यार लेकिन ये ना डिफेंसिव मैप है.
and
बेंसो
set up here, preventing
Yeah,
any rotation
defensive
back towards the
attacking.
B side of the map.
डिफेंसिव नहीं होता क्या इस
I mean, still commanding this space
हाँ,
and actually
defensive है,
not-
defensive है.
यार हम तो ओडिन खींचते बेंचो किसी की गार्ड में दम नहीं है घुस के पाए.
Probably still knowing
ये बात
exactly
भी
what's
ठीक है.
going on.
Yeah, look
They've
at
got
this.
the, yeah, the snake bite and the fragment.
ओडे बेंचो.
This is an awful sight to have to try and approach.
Yeah,
Basic
साइड
situation.
में आ गया
वो आ रहा है.
Yeah, QC still going to get
भाई
jigged.
बैग लेके खड़ा है.
अरे भाई.
Guys, you were blind for this.
मार
And
मार
Ryan
हाँ.
looks like he's trying to do
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
himself.
Oh.
Not fair.
Oh,
Not
no,
fair.
no.
Bully
भाई.
हाँ भाई,
Now,
हाँ.
tip of the
Bully
scales
भाई.
on their side.
अच्छा ये मेरे को बताओ इसके बाद जो जीतेगा वो लाइक मतलब क्या
Final.
फिर होगा?
Yeah,
Final,
Final.
final.
Finals.
I don't want to say lost.
Final.
अच्छा
Lost.
ठीक है.
दूसरा
उसमें
lower
वो वाला होगा ना जो 3 जीतेगा वो
Troubleshooting.
जीत जाएगा ऐसा कुछ होगा
Some
ना.
of these
हाँ,
approaches
best of
are
हाँ, वो best of 5 होगा ना.
Paper X
अच्छा.
are displaying 0%.
वुल्स है सेन है एफएनसी है क्या लग रहा है?
Yeah, surprise.
At the moment,
किसके साथ होगा?
I can't pick.
मेरे को लग रहा है PRX for the win भाई.
चलो
फाइनल
भाई.
किसके
ये
साथ
भी ना
होगा?
जीत रहे हो.
Paper X watch party loves that one. 5 before we go back to
Wow.
the play. And it looks simplistic in approach. It looks direct. And something looks to
Thank you.
वो
turn
ओरिजिनल है क्या फेक है?
this operator.
नहीं नहीं फैक्ट पे क्या फेक है.
फेक है मैं फेक है
It's a
मत
really
मत
risky
कर.
play. It's now been
ओए ओ भाई भाई अटक गया अटक गया.
छोटी खेलने के बैठ गया.
खोल दी, अल्ट खोल दी.
मार
मार ओए
मेनिया सालो मेन है.
मेन है कोई कॉल दो इनको मेन है. कोई फोन करो.
Text करो इनके
हेलो फॉर सेकंड
टेलीपैथी रुक जा, रुक जा.
बता दिया मैंने बता दिया.
बता दिया
तो
बता
पता
दिया.
है उन्हें.
Something's going hunting.
मैंने बताया मैं उनको पहले नहीं पता
There's
था.
4-3 already in
सालो
the
जब तक
round.
तुम बता रहे थे व्हाट्सएप पे रेगुलर कॉल्स दे रहा हूँ.
हाँ,
अच्छा,
Alex
चलो
तो
हो
पापा
गया.
है ना. Alex तो पापा है.
Solid idea of where he's at. Paper X just want to decisively close out round 10 here.
No escape.
वो देखो चूतिए करे.
Nowhere to hide.
भाई.
अरे ये क्या है?
This is
अरे तो
4-3.
5
He is
FPS
just
की
getting
स्ट्रीम चला रखी है
scarier
इसने.
and
भाई
scarier
मेरे
as
में
the
पूरा
सही आ
game
रही है.
चल रहा है.
ठीक चल रही है, सही आ रही है.
That sixth gear.
अच्छी बात है भाई तुम 3 थे नहीं थे तो गाली दे देता मेरे को.
Unanswered. for the
ये
Paper
अच्छी
X.
बात है
वैसे-
कि हम उन्हें join नहीं करा उसने.
Did start 4-1 here. The sides.
खड़े हो
बज रहा है भाई,
बज रहा है भाई, बज रहा है, बज रहा है।
इतना क्या बज रहे हैं भाई?
उसे देख भाई 4 सेकंड को।
अबे तूने क्योंकि देखा नहीं वो, तो ये है ना, ये देखिए
White
ब्लॉन्ड बाल वाला।
White
हाँ
I guess
अभी
from
अब
Fade
वो
to try and
स्यू
cover
फैट
things
बेबी,
here.
स्यू फैट
अभी
बेबी।
बैठा है, अभी ये देख
ये बज रहा था क्या तब से?
बहुत बजता है भाई।
To want to really lead
अबे,
this dialogue.
पहले से लेके आखिरी तक।
हर गेम बजा है भाई, हर गेम खड़ा हुआ है भाई।
The captain.
अभी
checking
किंतु
in.
तेरे
वही
को तू भी
वुल्फ पे
दिखेगा।
ब्लिंक क्यों हो रहा है? वुल्फ पे वो एक ब्लिंक क्यों हो रहा है भाई?
See that pressure starting to mount.
क्योंकि उनका टाइम आउट है कंशुक।
अच्छा मेरे को लगा जीतने वाले हैं वो।
territory for this team, right? Being on international
तुम
stage,
क्यों बुलाते हो
बोला
इसे?
बोला
लगाने वालों
टाइम
के
बॉम्ब
लिए
में
लगाया
है।
है
just can't crack
कि जिस पे
through
ब्लिंक
that
हो रहा है उस पे
first
लगा।
sort of line of
किंतु
defense.
देखिए अभी तक एक दो राउंड बाद तू भी दिखेगा
Again,
इसमें।
this is where
हैं?
these guys really earn
तू
their
भी
money,
इधर
to be
पता
honest.
Oh yeah.
क्या बोल रहा है?
He's coming up with the
मैं
goods.
कह रहा
हाँ हाँ
हूँ
वो ऑरेंज वाला ना।
तू भी दिखेगा।
It's,
हाँ।
it's all good and well to have
भाई
the
बनिए
signal
यार,
out,
थोड़ा ना
but
महंगा
one
अगर
above them.
ईयरफोन या
It's
कुछ खरीद
such
लेते ना
fun
तो
to
थोड़ी
witness.
सी आवाज मेरे को क्लियर
But
आती
the
है।
reality is normally
ये तो
that
थोड़ा
fairy tale
चूतिया है क्या?
falls short.
तू
There's
थोड़ा
been
सा
very few
गरीब है क्या?
occasions where it's gone the whole
बहुत
distance.
ज्यादा।
But
ये
each
क्लियर है
year
फिर
it's
कोई
been
ये क्लियर है।
the only ones that ever made it.
The outlier, yeah.
That is it. PaperX have been that fairy tale run in the past, but they never quite made it themselves. For Wolves, they have to face that reality now.
हाय
How bad
हाय
do you
मैंगो
want it?
शेक,
Do you
लेट्स
have
गो।
really what it takes to push someone like PaperX away from something they are singularly focused on? That grand final is what
भाई
they
शेरिफ
want.
स्किन हो तो भाई एस पे एस निकले।
Jing, gonna draw blood. It's beautiful.
भाई क्या
Juice.
स्पैम मारा है
It's
वो।
not getting what he needs there.
And a tag or
अबे
two,
एक भी नहीं
but
लगी?
Forsaken
सारे अच्छा नहीं इसको
happy with that
लगता
something.
है।
भाई me with Phoenix.
Now actually, regress here, but PaperX will correct.
होम से आ रहा है
तो
सब।
इसको तो टक्कू मार दिया।
अरे क्यों? अरे क्यों भाई? साला क्या है उड़ता हुआ क्या है?
This is when it's rough to play against
Bhai,
PaperX.
bhai, bhai,
They
bhai,
know
dash.
when to keep
भाई
on
यार,
pressuring.
बहुत दिनों बाद इसे जेट दिया है ना
allowing
इसलिए।
any say in the round. When he's saying
So
half as
impressive.
well. That's 6 now. With no response.
ये सारे कॉम्स की फोटो ले लिया।
Didn't even look like that was going to land as well.
Oh,
अब हम वही खेलेंगे।
हाँ।
simply lovely from PaperX. And as said, the pressure starts weighing on the chest for Wolves. It's still a manageable scoreline. Still
Absolutely, yeah.
smiles.
साला बंदर भैंस चोद।
We can see these rounds and they're feeling these rounds and there's aggression again. Something wants that deeper line.
Oh, ऐसा
And he's
लगा
got it
पीछे
for
ले रहा।
starters.
This is why it's so rough to play against PaperX though when they get
ऐसा
themselves
होता है ना,
ahead.
ऐसा वॉल बैंक करना, वॉल बैंक क्यों नहीं
यार
कर
ना मार क्यों नहीं
No,
रहा है?
to
कहाँ
not
लेके
let up.
जाएगा गोलियां? मार ना।
लाल लाल दिखता रहा है।
Wolves can potentially find a 7-5 here. It will be.
Yeah.
Big tick in the box.
Bang on.
मार मार मार।
With that wherewithal, that discipline, that capability in the high pressure games now is the
भाई
biggest
7-4
test.
हो गया भाई, 0-4
Looking a
थे
little
ये।
fraught here so far.
7-4 हो गया।
Last couple of rounds just
7-5 हो गया सुनता हूँ।
बोल दिया भाई।
been in the
बोल दिया
wheelhouse.
अंडे
And
ने।
again, the timing on these knives, rather good.
तीन डिटेक्टिव है नाइस।
To prevent anybody slipping the smoke, even though Devi on watchful guard here. Tucked into
ये वाला
box,
वही
and
जीतेंगे पता
PaperX
है?
can sit in this
अब साथ में खेल रहे हैं ये।
Oh god. I mean, Device just he does get
Oh.
caught playing ahead there. That is
Do-
one thing that's worked in their favour.
Yeah.
Tried to lean a little forward, gets punished. But Forsaken, the Guardian in this one, keeping them at bay. And look at who slipped towards the site in the meantime. Jing still here, doing the dance.
Oh,
Does it well,
nice
takes
one.
it well,
Nice.
Forsaken
Nice.
with 20 seconds. The leader.
पकड़।
who
Proof
also
आने-
has
oh,
passed
nice.
the
Down हो गया।
to Forsaken, an 8-4
दो मारे थे
such
उन्होंने
a
भाई।
commanding
है
scoreline.
भाई फ्लेक्स प्लेयर
क्या
तो है।
होल्ड किया है भाई दोनों ने।
Will be
और
tested
ये डंडे
once
ले।
more
एंड चमार
to try and come back here. Said 7-5, doable 8-4. I think it's a pistol round 2 potentially that makes this such a huge deficit to come up against.
Yeah, they've got their work cut out now for Wolves. This is a tough scenario. PaperX singular in their
हाँ भाई full दिखा रहा है जैसे भाई बॉक्स से।
ये तो पूरा सीजन भाई फोर्सेकन इतना इसमें है ना।
फुल
बज रहा है भाई, हर गेम।
Thank you so much, Pansy and Hypog. We have a hell of a game so far, but I'm joined on the floor right now by Sid City. Toronto,
अबे
give it up for
मुल्ली।
Sid City.
I have a bomb. Guys,
Sid City, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. The energy in the stadium is insane.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the last time we had a chance to speak with each other was during an Americas matchup in LA. What's the vibes like here in Toronto in a sold-out Masters Toronto?
Yeah, I think it's insane because the East
यार
Coast
ये
of
कितना
Canada
मेल
has
प्लेयर की तरह लग रही है
an
यार, ये
event like
किसी
this
मेल
in a
प्लेयर
long
की तरह
time.
लग
And
रही है
Los
बाल
Angeles always
हाँ?
has events like this. So the crowd, I feel like you guys are like super excited to finally be
हाँ
here
वो
in
पीछे वाला
Vegas
ना
and watching the games.
मैंने भी वही
You guys
देखा
are
बैक
insane.
Toronto, are you excited?
भाई ये नैट्स की तरह
And
क्यों
now
लग रही है
you've
मेरे
played, you
को
have some experience playing in game changers before, so you have an eye for skill. In this
अबे
match
हाँ
so far
नैट्स
between PaperX and Wolves, who do you have your eye on so far?
Okay, honestly, at
Bombardino
first I wasn't gonna
Crocodilo.
say this, but
Bombardino
after
Crocodilo.
that
Bombardino
ace with the
Crocodilo.
deagle on
Yeah.
the news round, divide.
Bombardiro crocodilo.
So does that mean Divine
यार
and
तो
PaperX are taking
यार
it
तो
serious?
लोग आ रखे हैं भाई
Yeah, I mean, I got PRX rocket on my sleeve right now, so
भाई ये तो
I
टी-शर्ट
think they're
चाहिए
gonna
भाई
scare
मेरे को
us a little, make it a close match, but I
t-shirt का
think
business
PRX is
करते हैं
gonna
भाई।
like close
अबे
it
रुक, अभी
out.
नेट
I'm
पे चेक
sorry,
करता हूँ
Wolves.
कितने
I'm
का आता
sorry.
है
You've been great though.
Well, Wolves, you know what to do.
ओए
It's time
ओए
for you.
ट्राला
Once one more time, Sin City. Let's bring it back to the game.
ट्राला पोलकोला
Man
इसके तो
silly
बाल
sent
गिर
me
जाए।
on that. He's
बाल
such
गिर
a
जाए
bold
इसके।
man. You know
I
what I
think he's
mean?
actually been
इतने
rehearsing
कलर
that for the
करवाए
last
हैं
few
ना।
years.
That's
अबे
what
नेट पे है भाई टुम
Yeah,
साहूर
fair
की
play, and they're going to need a couple because 4 rounds
Amazon पे
isn't
ट्राला भी है
many,
400
right?
रुपए की
PaperX sat on 8.
ओए,
You can see on the Coinbase econ report, kind of just the lay of the land, really. And it has been a bit of the something show in my mind. He has
Coinbase,
elevated. I was worried after that first round with the operator. It didn't seem to phase him. He was right back into business.
Yeah, and I think the issue being now coming into the second half, you see the string of rounds.
डे वो आयन ऑफ है ना इसलिए शॉट्स लग रहे हैं मैं बता रहा हूँ तेरे को
हाँ वही भाई
Wolves
तो अपने
haven't
पास
had
भी
much of
है।
a say in some of these losses, yes. Coming
सैक
down
लग रहे थे
to
ना
maybe a 1v1 here and
एक
there,
भी
but
लगे थे
पसीने आ गए
the
भाई
crucial kills feel as if they went PaperX's way. Like I said, we started at a 4-1 scoreline.
माइंड फ्रीक वही इतना
Now, it
क्यूटी
being
इंसान
8-4
कैसे
and
बैठा
a
है
pistol and a round 2 can often seal the fate of a team.
Juicy on the line here. First contact made. That's 2 players. And a third now noted. That's a lot of info.
भाई को
People
अकेला
have
छोड़
been
दिया।
involved about this, but he's been revealed. He's been just about everything. But they've weathered the storm.
Yeah, I think initially there, the further investment in utility implied that PaperX were going to follow through, but maybe the Prowler catching on CUFAB BB made them think there's potentially a little bit of a stack.
The timing on this. I saw. Lovely timing on that, but something is free. A little bit of a dick though, going to do some serious
Nice.
work. The spring's already down low, now even lower. Cleared.
Oh,
Nice,
nice.
their way forward.
Nice.
The A site is their goal.
गेट तो बंद कर दे
The
भाई
in.
छोड़ दिया
By you and CUFAB BB. A 2v4. Couple of
इसको तो चक्कू कर दो भाई ये क्रॉस कर जाए दवाई ये दवाई को देखे ना
Swing this in
और
Wolves'
दवाई चक्कू
favour.
कर दे मैच को
Have to overcome the odds here. PaperX is poised for anybody to step
Yeah.
out. That's
Oh.
it.
नाइस
Second.
मार
It's not over yet, but
Yeah.
Ryu's going to come into this as well. Ching's quieted him down, and CUFAB Baby's going to see
Chakku,
both players
chakku,
basically.
chakku,
He's got to
chakku,
know where they
chakku.
are.
साले राउंड जीत गया बहुत है चक्कू
अरे
चक्कू
बढ़ने के कगार पे थे
To get them back in.
राउंड हारने की हालत पे चक्कू
Another
चक्कू
step in the right direction.
On the brink of double digits. Again, as soon as they find, I guess, what they perceive as a point of weakness, they follow through. Wolves not able to even backtrack. Well invested here for
Ah,
round
third,
2 as well.
third ना।
देखे मार
Anything
मैं
up
पीसी
the
में
chance.
देखे मार
Rifles
Wait,
except
you guess
for
good,
Patmen and Forsaken. Actually, Wolves set up in a little bit of a stack here. Flash in's only going to slow down the inevitable, it feels. Maybe toying with the idea of contesting that orb, but doesn't happen.
चार है
I think PaperX probably smell
मत जाओ
something.
There's a trap around that corner, guys.
रीडिंग
I'm
में
pretty
सेट
Rotate.
है
rotate
rotate.
Something
Rotate.
farm.
रोटेट
It'll be a prize possession garnered.
I was curious there
Hello,
if Forsaken
Amari.
was going to show some utility on the other side of the map, because It's just Lysor, but Devi actually.
नहीं something भाई मत
Let's
जाओ
cancel on that.
नहीं नहीं ओए
अरे something
भाई
भाई
जाओ
मदद
जाओ
Cleared
जाओ,
systematically.
मदद का
One
बच्चा
by one,
भाई
the flash through smoke is nice. See that BB is already noted as well. Can't really fall away from the stairs. He already takes the
मार ही
action.
गया था
ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है
Looking locked in
चलेगा
here,
चलेगा
Mike. They are pulling no punches.
No, they're not. Again, showing diligence this time
30
around.
seconds.
जब लोग कहते गांड फटी मार है भाई
And that's when it really flips the
हाँ ये
switch.
इसी की
Wolves
तो
the
बात
ones
कर
to
रहे थे
left.
इसकी कर रहे थे
हाँ ये
दस चार से तो जीत ही गए भाई
चुप कर दो
अरे यार
चुप के यार
Jig,
चुप क्या 10-4 से कौन हारता है
तेरी मम्मी
for Paper
तेरे को पता है ये 1-11 से पता नहीं क्या पूरा ओवर टाइम
हाँ वो 14 मारा गया था ना 14 मारा गया था
और फिर कह रहे थे अरे वो तो हम ऐसे ही मस्ती
If they can find
मस्ती
नहीं नहीं
फैंस के लिए
तो नहीं नहीं इसको नजर लगाएगा उसके बाद कहेगा इतना क्या हो गया जीत ही तो रहे हैं
बढ़िया ही है ये एकदम
वाह
बढ़िया
pushed out
मैंने क्या किया भाई
in
तू
terms of the
कहता है ऐसे
inventory,
दिमाग जीत तो गए
actually
क्या
just
हो
going to
गया
ride a sheriff through here.
वाह
बनिए
Saving
तेरी माँ की
Jig
चूत
closest in terms of this outside. Nothing of note for Wolves, but potentially a pace change.
इतने गिर गए क्या वन में देना पड़ रहा है छी
Especially Forsaken going to retrieve one orb.
ओए
अरे भाई वो और भी नहीं ले पा रहा
No time of asking. All good.
They don't have control over towards A main, so
फुल भाई है यार
A little bit cagey as a start, isn't it? You can see the
I mean it's a huge
तो
ultimate to have in bonus, so you know they're going to want to come for this orb.
here it is. They take control.
And actually, Lysor and Spring do peel away.
Now they've cleared B main. If you're looking at one side, they cleared B main.
बदल
So
गई
they
भाई
might leave
यार
Y
इसकी
here, but
आदत
you can already
रोटेट
see
भी
that
करती है
rotation coming in
बदल
from
गई
Juice. He's
भाई
going to try and
हाँ,
work himself over towards A.
Paperx aren't dead set just yet. I think maybe going to prioritise towards short here to catch somebody out. They don't want to walk into this choke point.
No, and that's going to encourage to play
Force it
forward,
up.
but
Oh,
denied for Sagan
Mara
with the
bhai.
first blow. And it could be a lethal one at that. Juicy.
Something
It's
big.
like a job
Kanchala.
done, and Lysor does well. Tucked it
मैं
to
तो ये
help.
देख जिंग ने पीछे नहीं लिया
The ball's undone
जिंगे
there,
ने
but
पीछे ले
Forsaken captured and held in place. The spike now
Forsaken
left
दिखा दे
loose.
Okay.
With 20 seconds, he's got to make a miracle out of this. 3 players. Forsaken. Not getting
अबे वाह
a
चाकू
light
निकाल
round
निकाल
for
दे।
Wolves.
भाई वो जेट ने हक
Three
दिया
left
भाई
standing as well. Just an armor or shield to repurchase here for Juicy.
वाइड डिजाइन जा रहा है
मैं वो वैसे ही पीक
What's
लेता
the
है
bonus? So
ये देख अरे देख
Paperx
रन
going
तो
to come
चला
back in,
भाई
and because Pac-Man only brought a sheriff to the party,
Spike down A. Spike down
it's almost
A.
rinse and repeat here. Not out of the woods just yet. Cannot get the ball
Welcome
rolling
back.
in terms of the comeback.
But again, though, this was something that was said about Steve that BD was
Shubham
building
Rai
up his
वाली
players,
टिप्स
right,
ऐसा ही
keeping
बताया
them
था
confident, trying to
Shubham.
keep them in the game.
यहाँ
He's going to have to keep
लगाना
doing
है,
that. But
started किया
Paperx
मैं।
don't stop. Even in their losses, they will still play confident games. Something taking space.
अबे बैकस्टैप वगैरह क्यों नहीं लेती
There
भी
are
आगे
2 players on the other side. CFAT, BB, and Lysor playing top mid
एक
off the
बंदा
back of that
पीछे
trip placed
देखते
in as
रहेगा,
well. So they've got a
भाई
lot to play off
backstab
of
है।
here. Very difficult scenario. Patman on that deeper line in case someone does swing. And it's got to be those early protocols being cleared.
I mean, it is Duelist's nightmare to play into this composition.
अरे देखा देखा
But Lysor, bouncing with death here.
Still have that trip, so they can still have confidence behind that. They've read it wrong to an extent, right? They're kind of falling for this fade pressure on towards B main, but we know where it's heading. Paperx are once again eyeing up this A site. This is brutal. You got Juicy still here, you got Spring still here, but Paperx are right at the door now. And away they go. Something looks the wrong way and gets punished. Spring does well. Great paranoia too. Tries to slow the roll here, buy time for these rotations. Pressure from main held back by the smoke, but Devi gonna lean forward. Lurch closer. Juicy play in the corner. Gets denied. Looks for the follow-up. No. Spring barely
2
alive
HP है
on
2
the
HP
bring it
नाइस
to them. Down to a 3v2. Man to the good for Paperx,
Okay,
and
okay.
now
Chill,
Wolf on their
chill.
side.
Going to be coming from heaven here. Fat BB a
अरे
little
बेटर है
bit
बेटर है भाई बेटर है
जिंग वो चला गया वापस अंदर चला गया
in right now.
Obviously disciplined.
ओए
That's a shoulder shown. Some damage made. So they could know 2 players off of this. That's
आ रहा है शॉट से आ रहा है अपना बंदा आ रहा है आ रहा है आ रहा है घूम के
Forsaken, but they're losing out on the side. Couldn't quite get the follow-up. And
Oh, nice, nice.
Zing है ना?
straight in
भाई
closer
Zing
now.
solo
वो
भाई.
फोर्सेकन को देख रहा था भाई इसलिए
A tough loss here for Wolves. Like I said, with the bonus being as well invested as it was.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, now seems daunting to approach this round 17.
Oh, you get that sinking feeling in your stomach,
Yes,
don't
for
you?
sure, yeah.
भाई जिंग बॉटम फ्रैगिंग से एकदम
Rotten.
टॉप फ्रैग
You
करने वाले
haven't
थोड़ी
really
देर
found a way to handle PaperX. Maybe your chances existed and died on that first map, but they're not out yet. At 11-5 though, you can start hearing that music play, can't you? At 12th round,
ये
looking
क्या
likely.
स्मोक है भाई अटैक में
But in its way, a couple of sheriffs, Ghost, and a team with a whole lot of hopes here. But for PaperX, they've got their own plan in mind, and that's a big investment and a big shot. watchpartu lands it, so
क्या
Jin's
तो
gone down.
TP
That
वन
weapon recoverable if they want it.
Yeah, and PaperX actually aren't in a position to capitalize elsewhere. They're spread so thin. Spike not committed
गन ली नहीं
anyway
उन्होंने
just yet. So that man advantage will stand for the time being. No weapon recovered though for Wolves.
Oh, nice from Patman. Big kill there on towards Juicy. And that knife should reveal at least one more. So do they need to turn away from this? Or do they just keep stepping forward? It feels a little headstrong for my taste, but it's PaperX. You kind of know what you're in for here. Lysa was the one to do the damage. Trying to trail up towards heaven. Something bulldozes forward. Why you great shot? 25 seconds. And that's still standing.
केओ को भी हेडशॉट पड़ा है भाई
Above and beyond here. One down. He's
Oh.
doing dance.
ठीक है भाई ठीक
That baby was so far away.
Spike planted.
तो ऐसे करते क्या बेट
Forsaken is not. I know. Oh,
Huh?
Hail Mary! Oh, for a second. I
अबे
thought it was
तीनों ग्रुप
possible.
देखो ग्रुप पे देखो मैंने एक चीज
But
भेजी ग्रुप देखो
12 found, and the final stand has to be now for Wolves.
This time PaperX able to wait out,
One enemy.
navigate their way into this defense. Get everything they need. It comes down to a fine margin once again.
कैसे भाई थम्स अप कर रहा है
Turn in terms of the finances here, a couple of ultimates.
हाँ
Trying to rear their heads. Trying to Wolves
मैं
actually
जयपुर की है ये जयपुर में होटल है ये हॉलीडे
was just one away from some of these key ultimates, but we'll even get a chance to see them. Juicy, see Fat BB, no command here from Patman.
Anti-setup though, which is nice.
अच्छी बात है मैं
Still gonna
शक्ल ही
get a
नहीं
reward
दिखी
from this, right? It starts feeling
बाकी
very, very
सब
likely.
ठीक है
Layers of ults though. Lysol could be in trouble
ये
here.
10 HP कैसे हो गया
Trying to get on site, but Juicy goes unattended, unchecked, and he's
अरे
won
भाई
it. Great.
दो ले गया भाई
Two, finding more
एक
would
साइड
be
पे ऑलरेडी
mythical
है
at this point, but for PaperX they are left in tatters. Mike, I don't know if they could do it, just these two players. Desperation play from
Line में मार
Batman.
गया
Has got his man, but Wolves
आंटी
stay on
आंटी
bottom,
आंटी
like the inevitable with 3 still alive.
खड़ा कैसे हो रहा है
Clinging to
मैं
life
शुभम
here,
से
the
पूछता हूँ
duel
इतने
that
वैलो
be
के लिए
the catalyst for PaperX. They know they have to fight for sight then. I mean, Patman what down to just a lick of HP.
Yeah.
No chance for them to sit back and try and defend that, but it's Juicy, really the one to stop this from spiraling out of control.
One enemy remaining.
Second ping paying off there.
Breaks the money.
Yeah, it does.
Still got ults though. I say ult. And it's a scary one with something. He's had a really good map here. Can they deny him now? Can they stop it now? Spring forced away, looking a little shaky, but something's fallen.
He's caught on the trip. Nobody broke it for him.
Which is a little bit worrying. That could be a tilter for him there, because that was meant to be their kind of, I guess, main part of the piece.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a nightmare for a duelist to play into this composition, but you really need that second or third man in line. Deal with that sort of thing here, Juicy. Deals with Jing handily.
A bit worried there that he'd found like a, the dream
Mac
gap
अपना
to
बंदा
try and
मरा है
punish, but
वो ना बहुत चालू बन रहा था
PaperX try and do what they can, and Wolves aren't allowing it. Patman does well towards sight. CFAT BB still on the back lines, doesn't need to overextend himself, waits for the swing. Wolves control this well, Mike.
इसको मैं जीतते हुए नहीं देख सकता.
Double digits. That's where I'll start
That's where we
believing.
start. Yeah. It takes one round. prx up to 12 here. And that is a frustrating one.
भाई ट्रिप भी ना तोड़ी किसी ने.
Just looking at the mini map, there's two members here down in Arch. It's time to happen. And again, I'm not saying dealing with a trip and something goes wild there, but Bladestorm invested in that sort of round in particular.
Odin
Never want to see a Jet having to invest a knife to deal with a trip, especially with two people in close
अटैक में ओडिन करे क्या?
But necessarily a big deal, all things considered.
Back to work though.
Looking for revenge up here.
Yeah, this
फिर
time
मिट
he
जा
wants
रहा है
it.
भाई.
See if that BB playing top mid.
ट्रिप देखने आया था वो.
The rest of the team split throughout. A bit of a default coming out.
इस बार टिप
Maybe
तोड़ूंगा
trying to
पहले.
catch some of the aggression. Things got to be cautious as well. Spell out Lysol. And this is a creep towards A though. Look at the pressure. Spring's in potential trouble. Does have his paranoia if he needs it. Investment of the ult going to come down on the other side of the map though. Juicy's going to clear and give away. There's no one here, but they don't know about Jing. Ahead early. They don't
क्या मस्त किया है भाई, ऊपर से जंप किया है.
like a nice
Nice one.
अरे
पकड़ पीछे.
ओए
Shit. No.
भाई कैसे भाई.
जितना जिंग ने दिमाग लगाया इन्होंने सब हक किया.
Spike is there. It's picked up. Sent back away. Plants coming in.
Look at the pit as well.
Oh my god, this is going to be down to the wire, isn't it? Divide disconnected towards A main. You have Jing tucked towards site.
ओए
नहीं ओए.
क्या टीपी है भाई, क्या टीपी है
Just
मस्त.
missed him.
नहीं.
Unbelievable. Spring trying to play the game, and Jing now going to be doing the around
Hang on,
the
but
world.
जिंग की लोकेशन नहीं पता. जिंग की लोकेशन नहीं पता.
This could be a mistake. They don't know about it. Obviously, they don't know about it. The pit's going to fall. And now you're looking at Jing. Divide
Nice one.
strikes first.
Oh,
Who are you?
नहीं.
नहीं दवाई प्लीज दवाई.
अंदर हो जा. पीक क्यों ले रहा है? पीक क्यों ले रहा है? पीक क्यों ले रहा है?
Auntie.
Spring tees it up. YU closes out with a Red Bull clutch
एक
here
मारा
to
तो
keep Wolves alive.
I can't believe that. Look at this round. This from Spring. You know it's a mad play, but even prxwol don't expect it. You know that's a mad one.
3 bullets left
Christ.
for YU.
That's the killer instinct I want to see, though. To be able to do that against
ये भाई एलेक्स का जो रिएक्शन है ना, यही मेरा भी
And I know it's their
रिएक्शन.
frustration, rightfully so. They give up the pit. They play themselves out of line of sight of
ऑफ भी आ
Spike.
गई भाई अब तो.
Yes, it needs a miracle, but it's Wolves you're talking about here.
It's still only 8
इधर साले
rounds.
ओडिन लेके आ
We
गए.
said we start paying attention at 10. We've broken the bite, but it's still
Odin
prxwol.
ले
They
आओ.
can do it with classics.
नहीं मुझे लगा अपने वाले
So
नहीं.
unwilling to let go of this mid pressure. He wants it so badly. So Juicy's got to be careful. There is a world where he could get timed on this one. Those stingers, very, very deadly. We're going to go down. Camera here. Doesn't need to overstay as well. Could do some support on CT, though. They do have an open path straight across. Divide going to deny that. No one's going to be able to help out YU here. Does get to at least evade the siege, but they are right knocking at the door. prx have a way forward.
No damage done just yet towards the side, but actually now YU going to have his hands full.
Oh, outdone. prx making something out of nothing, and maybe a mistake made by the Wolves. Barnes looking like it's coming in. You're looking at that.
अरे किसी के माइक से बड़ी गंदी आवाज आ रही है.
Juicy tries to make something of it. Takes away Forsaken, but the number's still good. prx hold the advantage.
दवाई को देख कहाँ बैठा हुआ है.
I could be timed in this though. It's all going a little topsy-turvy.
दीवारों ने तृप्ति निकाल दिया. तृप्ति निकाल दिया सालों ने. वाह 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 वाह. वाह 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 वाह. Let's go.
कोई मेरे को कुछ तो कह रहा था. कोई मेरे को कुछ तो कह रहा था. हमको
तूने कुछ नहीं कराया, ठीक है ना?
अच्छा हार जाते तो अभी बहुत गाली देता मेरे को.
फाइनल खाने का स्वाद ऐसा होता है क्या?
नहीं एक बार और आए थे ना फाइनल में.
आ रखे हैं ना, वो तो पता है. वो ईडी के सामने.
लेकिन काफी टाइम बाद अब आए ना.
मतलब
काफी टाइम बाद. और तुमने इनको बीसीटी में देखा नहीं था, एपैक में देखा नहीं था क्या हाल हो रखा था. पहले 3 मैच हारे थे लोग. तो कमबैक हुआ.
Again,
भाई लोअर
the
ब्रैकेट में नहीं है भाई,
Prince's call, and what
खुशी
you
की
want,
बात है.
prx have another shot at this now. It was never about just getting to a grand final though. It was always about that final
कहाँ है वो
step.
गतिक का
The
मैसेज
first to
कहाँ है?
lock
रुको
it in
रुको.
here in Toronto. Who will they be standing up against is the big question, but a great performance here. 2-0, Mike. They've got to be happy with this one.
Absolutely. And for me, Patman and Divide being two key stakeholders here for PaperX.
वैसे शुभम क्यों नहीं था भाई वॉच पार्टी में? शुभम तो जो बचता.
This is a guy that's been under so much flack. Because again, it's typically doesn't slip into that same sort of ethos of the visual check, I guess. It's tough to really see his role within this roster and I guess the play style, but man, today, shining bright.
Yeah, as said, making those big plays is his value alone in some of these maps. It's exceptional.
How do you look flashy alongside some of these teammates along the way? So, yeah, beautiful stuff.
Really, really good stuff, and I just want to see how far this goes for them. As I said, as soon as it's ready, we will head down to that Verizon post-match interview. I'm sure we'll be jumping down there in a moment. Yeah, it does seem as though we are ready. So let's hear from the players themselves. Down with you soon.
It's been 2 years in the making, but PaperX are finally back in another grand final. I know, Jing, you're a man of few words, but I gotta get your reaction on this because, JJ, this is your third grand final on the global stage. How does this compare to LA and Copenhagen?
I think now we have like more experience, so hopefully third time's the charm. Hopefully.
And speaking of that experience, you know, your very good friend Forsaken and you've been through a lot. What's Jason like as a leader these days on stage?
I think he's doing a really great job as being a leader. He's like keeping the whole team hype and keeping all our energy good, and I think he makes everyone really excited as well and really hyped. So yeah, I think mood is really great now, and hopefully we carry on the momentum to grand finals.
Okay, I have one very important question. The crop top. We have been promised the crop top in Pacific. We haven't seen it. Now you're in a grand final. Are we bringing out the crop top finally?
I mean, like I said in the press con, if we win grand finals and my team wears the crop top with me, I'll do it.
All right, okay.
crop top पहन के आएगा.
Behind this crop top. I know
What the
one person
fuck?
might be down for this, of course. I'm gonna get told off if I don't get David here on your thoughts. First of all, Divide, your first ace on the global stage. Was that fun?
To be fair, I just want to win the round. So, but now I got an ace. I mean, thanks to you guys, and very happy.
Anyone you want to dedicate that ace to? You know, it's your first one. It's a special one.
I mean, I
भाई
got
अभी तक इसने एक भी ace ही नहीं
not
मारा
this
क्या?
year now, right?
I'm glad you mentioned him because I think, of course, you have a lot of fans. You know, they're all here very keen to get your pictures and signatures. But I do think you can probably flex a little bit about just your fan base because it's not just these guys out here. It's FNS. I saw Tens and Kaide wearing a PaperX jersey as well. So how grateful are you that all these people in the community want you to win?
Yeah, I mean, we are very thankful that we have so many fans across the world. And even yesterday, Tens and Kaide and Mel came to our place. So it's nice meeting them. Probably it's Tens buff, you know. So yeah, hopefully we do well in grand final and hopefully not second place again.
Oh, I hope so for you as well. Everyone in Toronto, as I let him sign a few more things one more time for your first grand finalist, PaperX.
अबे तुम पता है फॉर्सेकन है आईजीएल. लास्ट प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में वो रिवील हुआ. फॉर्सेकन करता है आईजीएल. घंटा
समथिंग तो करेंगे. दवाई था ना पहले.
नहीं
दवाई के बाद माइंड ट्राई किया.
मैं जिस दिन समथिंग ने अगर करी उस दिन सिर्फ एक ही कॉल है. ए
डब्ल्यू
बस ये 3 कॉल चलेंगी.
You might have heard
A mid
of
B,
a upgrade by Tats. So when Verizon announced that everyone gets a free phone on any plan, pain free, count me in.
क्या सीन है? 12वीं तो आ रहा है.
नहीं तुम 5 खेल लो
तो बता तो दे ग्रुप पे.
तो बता. अबे कितनी बार बोलूं?
तो 10 बार उसने बाद में ही पूछा. फिर
अबे तो 3 बार पहले बोल दिया, फिर मैंने फोन ही नहीं देखा.
तो आना है तो आ जा.
हाँ ना
खेलो मेरे को नहीं खेलना है भाई. ये गेम मेरे को देखना ही पसंद है.
बाहर है लो यार. बाहर है
तुम बाद में आ रहे आ जाओ भाई. मेरे को कुछ नहीं है. खेल ले बार भी, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है।
खेल ले तू, अरे खेल ले, मुझे सोने जाना था वैसे तो। खेल ले।
आओ फिर आओ।
Oh.
Oh.
जा खेल ले, ठीक है, ओके बाय बाय, एंजॉय।
Good night.